Yes, you read that right. The Micheal Bay Transformers movies, more commonly known as the Bayverse or the Bayformers continuity, accidentally has an oddly powerful immigration race allegory, and I'm going to talk about it. Welcome back to the show, everyone. This episode will be a bit different. In this episode, we'll be talking about a series of movies that I hold very near and dear to my heart, the Micheal Bay Transformers movies, and how the movie's amazing action sequences and unnecessary abundance of cock and sex jokes has a not so subtle yet equally interesting portrayal of immigration and race in America. Before we continue, let's talk about the movies. Released almost 20 years ago, damn. The Transformers movie was directed by Micheal Bay and would be the first of many. Many games, many toys, many night lights for some reason, a lot of it. This was the first Transformer movie to release since the original one in 1986. The movie's plot is simple. After the Cybertron War, the Autobots take refuge on Earth in secret, with the help of lone human Sam Witwicky, as they have means to search the planet for the location of the Allspark, a powerful Cybertronian artifact that gives life to their race and is a staple of the planet's history. The Allspark was sent to Earth as a last-ditch effort by the Autobots to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, those hands being the hands of the Decepticons, the rival faction bent on power and complete domination and control of the universe. The Autobots mean to find it before they do, while keeping Earth and its people safe. The movie ends with an iconic killer speech, and Optimus accepting Earth as the Autobots' new home, sending a message to his allies to seek refuge.
My name is Optimus Prime. I send out this message to any surviving Autobots seeking refuge among the stars. Please like and subscribe to Incubus/Enovastora on YouTube. He is here. He is waiting.
The plot of the rest of these movies would follow this kind of format. Autobots, with the help of the chosen human, have to battle or race the Decepticons for one reason or the other. Now, these movies are remembered very interestingly among both fans and general moviegoers. There is usually always some kind of discourse about these movies. Some people hate the Bayverse designs, some people love them. Some people hate one movie, some people love it. Some people think these movies are peak cinema and have no flaws, and some people are smart. The movies are remembered fondly for their still impressive and groundbreaking CG animation, better than most new age films. One thing the movies are definitely not remembered for is their writing. I feel like these movies fall under the category of the best worst movies you'll ever watch pretty nicely. I personally share that exact sentiment. I love these movies with all my heart. The movies are so far from perfect, but are so enjoyable to watch. Mostly. All the Micheal Bay films are about 2.5 hours or 150 minutes each. There are 5 of them, do the math. If you want to see my personal rating for each movie, here it is on screen. Maybe I'll go into an in-depth review of each movie some other time. But enough of that. We gotta talk about immigrants. The idea about the Bayformer continuity having secret subliminal messaging about race and the treatment of migrants in America mostly stems from the 3rd and 4th films, Transformers Dark of the Moon and Transformers Age of Extinction. To give a quick consensus, in Transformers Dark of the Moon, the Autobots find and befriend Optimus Prime's long-lost mentor figure, Sentinel Prime, along with technology meant to build a space bridge to Cybertron. Sentinel Prime would later then betray the Autobots, believing that the Decepticons have the upper hand in the war, causing a Cybertronian Decepticon takeover of Earth, exploiting the planet's resources to restore Cybertron to its former glory. Now there is one small detail I left out. In the prior title, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, in one of the beginning portions of the film, a character named Theodore Galloway marches into Earth's military national security headquarters and berates Optimus Prime, saying that their kind and their residence on Earth incites terror and destruction from galactic threats. This exchange ends with Optimus Prime saying that if the humans determine that their residence on Earth incites chaos and guarantees unsafety to human life, they will happily leave. But before it ends, Optimus Prime says,
What if we leave? And you're wrong.
Remember this. Now, Sentinel's betrayal in Dark of the Moon is a really big moment in the film, and the film ends with a bittersweet victory as Optimus Prime kills both Megatron, his former brother figure, and Sentinel, his former mentor figure. Although so much destruction had already been caused in what would be officially known in these films going forward as the Battle of Chicago. It is because of this the United States government makes the choice to exile the Autobots from Earth, indirectly surrendering to the Decepticons. In their exile, Starscream makes a last-minute sabotage and explodes the rocket the Autobots were in. Until the fourth movie's release in 2014, 3 years later, it was assumed that the Autobots were dead. Before it had been revealed that the Autobots anticipated possible sabotage and exited the ship early, remaining and hiding on Earth as fugitives, or what some would call illegal aliens. Starting to see what I'm getting at here? Prepare to have your minds blown as we dive into my favorite movie in this pentology. Or pentalogy. I don't know. That's the term for a group of 5 movies. Don't worry, I didn't know it before this either. In Transformers Age of Extinction, the Autobots are now quite literally illegal aliens. Most of them live in hiding as the national government declared them illegal and literally uses the help of Lockdown, a non-conforming, unaffiliated Cybertronian hitman, to hunt down and kill any surviving Autobots. But naturally, there's 2 hours after the movie. It doesn't stop there. A tech conglomerate known as KSI, not that one, has started melting down these Autobot corpses as a means to repurpose their bodies for their own version of man-made Cybertronians to use as weapons after outlawing the same real living ones that aided their country. Where they seek technology, Autobots see the literal equivalent of watching your own friends and family get burned and skinned alive to be made into obedient soldiers. It's sickening. And you want to know something else? I left out another detail about the second movie, Revenge of the Fallen. During the spat between Optimus and Galloway asks why Optimus Prime doesn't teach or give humanity the means to make or use Cybertronian technology and weapons. Optimus Prime then answers by saying,
"We've witnessed your human capacity for war. It would absolutely bring more harm than good."
What insane foreshadowing that would wind up being. This development within the movie's story and atmosphere leads to a more hardened Optimus Prime. The same being who, with his people, served and fought for their planet, has to watch as his people are treated as less than by humans, expendable technology, just watching his people's legacy and history being reduced to technology and weapons for humans to use with no free care. The way humans have treated his people leads to a hardened, unapologetic, almost blood-focused Optimus. When he is discovered by this and the next movie's chosen human, Cade Yeager, he literally immediately screams and threatens to kill him and telling him to stay back.
I'll kill you! Stay back! Don't shoot!
This giant, mechanical behemoth of a soldier is scared of one human after seeing how his people are treated by them after all they've done. All the blood shed for humanity just for it to be collected and turned into a bioweapon to industrialize what is literally a living, breathing life form. When they discovered that Ratchet was murdered and his body's being butchered for parts, he snaps. And for the first time in this series, the Autobots are selfish. The Autobots act purely for themselves. They raid the building, telling everyone to leave and causing destruction in their wake.
We're not your technology!
Let's recap. The Autobots, aliens from a far-off planet, came to Earth for a better home, after thanklessly saving it from the rivaling members of their species. The US decides to partner with them, forming NEST, a CIA-like organization that lurks in the shadows dealing with Autobot Decepticon crimes, viewing and dispatching them as weapons. When the world is reminded that these are not weapons, they are living, breathing, and sentient autonomous organisms with a rich history across the known universe, as their history accidentally bleeds and endangers human life, the US decides that their residence on Earth incites chaos and kicks them off the planet. When that doesn't work, they are deemed illegal aliens, and the government chooses to hunt them down for sport and repurposes what are literal alien corpses that shed blood for their species as thoughtless, obedient technology. Does that sound a little familiar to you? There are hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of moments in America's history where minority or migrant inventors are never recognized or credited properly for their revolutionary technological contributions, despite how much said technology has been repurposed and helped change several aspects of our lives today, such as the technology behind artificial hearts, pioneered and created by Argentinian immigrant Domino Leota, or Louis Van Ahn, Guatemalan immigrant and the creator of CAPTCHA technology, something that in our digital age is more important as it has revolutionized online safety and security, or Louis Miramonte, a Mexican migrant who created the first oral birth control pill, whether it's Gerald Lawson, a black man who invented cartridge technology, or Guillermo Gonzalez Camarena, a Mexican immigrant who engineered colored television, even the fucking hamburger literally coming from German immigrants in the 19th century, or donuts literally coming from Russian immigrants. The list is truly endless for how much immigrants have brought and contributed to what is now considered quote-unquote American culture, which at the end of the day really is just stealing. There are countless stories of people who migrated to America under the pretense of the American dream, just to be treated less than because of their lack of history in this country, their country of origin, have their contributions to society be overshadowed or repurposed without credit or care. The same goes for soldiers. Just as the Autobots fought for Earth and the human race, there are thousands of videos and moments where those who fight for our country are treated as subhuman. Even now in our world, we have government-mandated officers plaguing the streets, taking unsuspecting migrant citizens away from their families without any rhyme or reason, and being outright cruel to the people that they claim to protect, wrongfully detaining and deporting citizens that fit a small and hateful criteria to push a bigger, hate-fueled agenda. You might be thinking, Ian, where the hell is this going? I watched this video for Transformers, not your dumb politics or views on the world. Well, guess what, fucker? All art is political, dipshit. It came free with your fucking human expression. I want to close out this video by saying that even if my claim about Transformers is incorrect, as Micheal Bay himself says he doesn't let his political views bleed into his work, I think that nonetheless, the bare-bones message I hope I sent up until now is important. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you identify as. What matters is how you choose to exist in the world and how you treat the people around you. After all, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. So while yes, as far as we know, the possible subliminal messaging in Transformers 2 to 4 is purely coincidental and not intentional at all. But next time you think about Transformers or watch the Bayverse movies, I want you to think about this video. But more importantly, I want you to think about the greatest immigrant of all time, Optimus Prime.